Your car manufacturer's recommended maintenance schedule was never designed to keep your car alive past 100,000 miles. It was designed to keep your car alive past the warranty period. That is it. After 40 years of tearing apart engines, I have seen what actually kills cars, and almost none of it is what people think. These 15 rules are what separate a 500,000-mile car from one that gets scrapped paid at 120,000. Stay until the end because the last rule is the one almost no driver ever considers. Before we get into the list, if this is your first time here and you want honest, no-nonsense car advice that actually keeps your vehicle alive, hit that subscribe button right now and join the Make Car Go channel. There is a lot more where this came from. Rule 1. The real reason. Your engine dies before 150,000 miles. That little sticker on your windshield is not there to protect your engine. Those 10,000 to 15,000 mile intervals are engineered around one thing: getting your car past the warranty endpoint. In real-world conditions, short trips, stop-and-go traffic, cold morning starts, the oil breaks down way before that dashboard indicator ever lights up. I have cracked open engines that followed the dealer's schedule perfectly and found thick black sludge baked onto every surface, pistons coated, cam lobes scarred, oil passages clogged solid. Every single one of those owners thought they were doing the right thing. 40 years of this work, and it still frustrates me because it is completely preventable. People trust a sticker more than the guy who has torn down over 2,000 engines. My shop rule is simple. Change your oil every 3,000 miles with conventional oil, or every 5,000 to 7,000 miles with full synthetic. A $40 oil change now versus a $4,000 engine rebuild later. The math is not complicated. Warning: what idling? Every morning is quietly doing to your cylinders. Sitting in the driveway for 10 minutes every morning is not warming up your engine. After just 30 seconds of idling, unburned fuel starts washing down the cylinder walls, stripping the protective oil film and thinning the oil into something almost watery. When I drain oil from a vehicle that has been idled heavily, it comes out dark and contaminated. That is not oil doing its job. Oil temperature rises 8 times faster during gentle driving than it does during idling. Start the car, wait no more than 30 seconds, then drive gently for the first 2 miles. That gets the engine to operating temperature faster, prevents fuel dilution, and saves fuel in the process. The one pump click rule that saves your emissions system. Most drivers think topping off after the pump clicks is smart. What is actually happening is raw liquid fuel is being forced into vapor lines designed to carry only fuel vapors. Your evaporative emissions charcoal canister captures fuel vapors from the tank and routes them back into the engine. It is built for vapor only. When liquid fuel gets pushed in repeatedly, it saturates and destroys the canister. The repair runs anywhere from $350 to $900, all because someone wanted a few extra cents of fuel after the pump already shut itself off. When the pump clicks, hang up the nozzle and walk away. That one habit protects your entire evaporative emission system. Rule 4. Never guess when it comes to transmission fluid. There is a widespread belief that transmission fluid is sealed for life. That belief has cost more people more money than almost any other myth I deal with. By 60,000 miles, even fluid that looks clean and red is carrying clutch dust, metal shavings, and varnish buildup. It is essentially liquid sandpaper cycling through precision components. By the time slipping starts, the damage is done and the rebuild runs $3,000 to $7,500. Drain and fill every 60,000 miles. Hybrids can stretch to 90,000 miles. One critical exception: never flush a neglected transmission. Dislodging built-up sludge in a worn unit causes immediate failure. Drain it gently instead. Always use the fluid your manufacturer specifies. Toyota World Standard for Toyotas, Honda, ATF WW1 for Hondas, Mopar ATF +4 for Chrysler vehicles. Habit 5. How you stop the car matters as much as how you drive it. Every panic stop sends a heat spike of around 1,200 degrees Fahrenheit through your brake rotors. Repeat that regularly and you get warped rotors, glazed pads, and boiling brake fluid. Start coasting earlier. When a stoplight is ahead, lift off the throttle sooner and let the car naturally decelerate before touching the brake pedal. On downhill stretches, use engine braking instead of riding the brakes. Those two habits can double the lifespan of your brakes and save hundreds of dollars per axle. When replacement time comes, use quality parts. For Subarus, Akebono or genuine Subaru pads. For Toyotas, Advikes or OEM. Cheap pads accelerate rotor wear and cost more overall. The coolant section. Nobody talks about until the engine is already dead. Modern aluminum engine heads warp at 230 degrees Fahrenheit. One single overheating event can blow a head gasket and leave you with a $3,800 repair bill. Flush your coolant every 3 to 5 years and never mix coolant colors. Red, green, yellow, and orange use different corrosion inhibitors. Mixing them creates deposits, damages gaskets, and corrodes the radiator. Coolant does not evaporate. If the level is dropping, it is leaking. Pressure test the system with a cold engine to find leaks before they escalate. Watch for a failing heater core soaking your floor mats or a small head gasket leak that only shows up as steam from the exhaust. I had a driver come in with an overheating gauge they had been ignoring for 8 minutes. When I told them the head was warped, the look on their face said everything. The car was running fine 2 weeks before. Now it was essentially scrap, all for the cost of a 30-second monthly habit. That is the kind of moment that stays with you as a mechanic. Stop number 7. Your SUV is not a storage unit. Every extra 100 pounds of cargo weight adds roughly 1,000 pounds of stress during a hard stop. Over time, that shows up as sagging springs, blown shocks, scalloped tires, and bent control arms. Your door jamb has a gross vehicle weight rating sticker. Subtract the curb weight of the vehicle, and you have your real payload capacity. That number includes passengers. 2 adults and a child can already account for 400 to 500 pounds before a even single bag goes in. Overloading a crossover not rated for the load leads to compounding suspension repairs that stack up fast. Rule 8. Listening to your car is a skill. Worth developing. Every strange sound is a piece of information. A belt squeal ignored for a few weeks becomes a $1,200 alternator failure. A faint clunk over bumps could be a failing CV joint that eventually snaps and takes the axle with it. A ticking at startup could be the engine oil pressure starving the lifters. When you hear something, track it before bringing it in. When does it happen? At startup or at speed? Hot or cold engine? Over bumps or under acceleration? The more specific you are, the faster a mechanic finds the problem. Early diagnosis is almost always a $40 to $200 fix. Waiting until it gets worse turns that same issue into a $1,000 repair every single time. The quarter tank habit that keeps your fuel pump alive. Your fuel pump sits inside the gas tank and relies on gasoline to stay cool and lubricated. When the tank runs near empty, the pump starts drawing in heat and air instead of fuel, which overheats the motor and dries out the seals. I have replaced fuel pumps with fewer than 80,000 miles on them because the owner always waited for the warning light before stopping for gas. Replacement runs around $600 before labor. Low fuel also stirs up sediment sitting at the bottom of the tank, which flows into the filter and injectors, causing rough idle and sluggish acceleration. Keep at least a quarter tank at all times. A few extra dollars at the pump is nothing compared to a $600 pump and a $300 injector cleaning on the same visit. Lesson 10. Spark plugs are cheap, engines are not. A neglected spark plug with an electrode worn to a stump triggers a chain reaction. Misfire start. Unburned fuel damages the catalytic converter. The ignition coil burns out trying to compensate. In severe cases, detonation from a misfiring cylinder melts a piston. The false confidence people place in iridium plugs is a real problem. A 100,000-mile rating assumes perfect conditions. On direct injection engines, carbon fouling builds much faster. Start inspecting at 60,000 miles regardless of what the box says. Use NGK Iridium 9 or Laser Iridium for Honda, Toyota, and Nissan. Denso Iridium TT for Japanese imports and hybrids. Bosch Double Iridium for European models. Motorcraft OEM for Ford, and AC Delco OEM for General Motors vehicles. Never go aftermarket on those last two. The engine mount death test every driver should know. A failing engine mount does not make a dramatic entrance. I know this personally. I ignored a quiet thump in my own vehicle for weeks, convinced it was an exhaust rattle. One morning the car started, I dropped it into gear, and the entire dash shook violently. The front mount had split clean in half. I was minutes away from cracking the exhaust manifold. I have been a mechanic my entire adult life, and I almost let it go that far. That is how easy it is to normalize a sound you hear every single day. To test it yourself, with the car in park and foot on the brake, shift into drive and rev to 2000 RPM. If the engine jumps more than 1 inch, the mounts are failing. For budget replacement, Anchor is solid. For daily drivers, DEA or Westar. For modified vehicles, Torque Solution or Innovative Mounts. A failing mount caught early is a $200 fix. Left alone, it cascades into axle stress, damaged transmission mounts, and bent brackets that cost 5 to 8 times more to sort out. Never skip this rule. Rinse under the car. Washing the paint is cosmetic work, not real maintenance. I have lifted trucks that looked pristine on the outside but had control arms that crumbled, brake lines ready to fail, and fuel tanks actively leaking underneath. Every one of those owners washed their car regularly. Not one of them ever rinsed the undercarriage. Road salt starts its corrosion process immediately and compounds every single season. In winter, rinse the undercarriage at least monthly and weekly in heavy snow regions. Summer road grime and rain trap moisture against metal just as effectively. Use a high-pressure hose at home or a car wash with an undercarriage spray cycle. That single step protects your frame, brake lines, fuel system, and suspension. Rule 13. Do not let the clutch become a footrest. Manual transmission drivers, this one is for you. Even the slightest resting pressure on the clutch pedal keeps it partially engaged, generating continuous friction heat that wears the disc and scorches the flywheel. A clutch that should last 100,000 miles can be destroyed by 40,000 miles purely from this one habit, with a replacement cost of around $1,500. Keep your foot entirely off the pedal unless you are actively shifting. Put the transmission in neutral at red lights. On hills, use the handbrake to hold position instead of slipping the clutch at the bite point. These 3 adjustments cost nothing and can easily triple your clutch life. Clean the battery terminals or pay someone else to fix your car. White or blue-green crust on your battery posts is not cosmetic. That buildup restricts current flow to the starter, forces the alternator to overwork, and delivers unstable voltage to every electronic system in the vehicle. I have ad cars towed in for no-start complaints that were fixed in 10 minutes with a wire brush and baking soda. Every 3 to 4 months, check the posts. If there is buildup, clean it with baking soda and water or terminal cleaner, then coat the posts with dielectric grease or terminal protector spray. Before disconnecting the cables, check whether your vehicle requires a radio security code or system relearn procedure after power is cut. Rule 15. The parking habit that saves your transmission. Was not engineered to hold the full weight of the car. The parking pawl, a small metal pin inside the transmission, is doing that job. It was not engineered to hold the full weight of a 3,500-pound vehicle pressing against it indefinitely. Every time you park on a slope without the emergency brake, that pawl absorbs the entire load. Eventually it wears, and when it snaps, the transmission comes apart. That repair starts at around $2,800. The fix is 1 second long. Engage the emergency brake first, then shift into park. The brake holds the vehicle weight, the pawl sits unloaded, and the transmission is protected. Do this every single time on every surface without exception. If any of these rules have already saved you from a costly repair or changed the way you think about looking after your vehicle, go ahead and subscribe to Make Car Go right now. More videos just like this one are coming, and you do not want to miss them. None of these 15 rules require expensive tools or a mechanical background. They only require consistency. That is the real difference between a car that reaches 500,000 miles and one that gets junked at 120,000. Drop a comment below and tell me what topic you want covered next. I read every single one.